of want to talk to you a little bit about debt. It's been, I don't want to say a long and hard road for me, but you know, real life started out for me at about the age of 18, and I was on the government fair, whatever you want to call it, for about a year and got myself off of it. Put myself in debt, got myself out of it, and I don't want to just say myself, it was a group effort to get into debt and also get out. So I want to give you some of the steps that I have followed and what I have done to get myself out of debt. I have my little list here, and I actually should have done a little write-up of it. So if you do want me to send you my tips through email, you can go ahead and send me a message. Just title it, you know, Debt Steps, and send it to Melanie Sobocinski at gmail.com. It's Sobocinski. I know, it's a tough one. Okay, so here's how it was. Living paycheck to paycheck, having $20 afterwards, after paying bills and things like that. You know, my mom always said, if you can't afford it and to pay cash for it, don't buy it. And I lived by that for the first few years of my adulthood life. You know, like I said, I was on welfare, wanted to get off of it, went to school, got a better job. You know, I had a kid at 18, and most 18-year-olds are out there partying and buying things. I wasn't. So that came later for me in life, and that's where the debt came. And so here's what you need to do to understand what your debt is. I consider it pretty much anything that I owe anybody, all the way down to my house payment. Some people don't consider their house payment and their car's debt. I do. So what you want to do is kind of check out your monthly expenses. Look and see what you are spending. Look and see how much you have left over after that. What I call fat in your budget is money you don't need to be spending. How much are you spending on entertainment? How much are you spending on going out to the movies? Now, these are things that we enjoy and we like to do, but if you're crying that you can't make it from paycheck to paycheck, something needs to change. And it may only be a temporary change. You know, do this for a while, catch yourself up, and then get back to normal life. So the first thing I did was I sat down and I figured out, okay, these are my monthly bills. This is how much we have to pay these monthly bills. So fatten the budget. Yeah, I didn't need a chocolate bar at Walgreens. I didn't need to buy the 6 boxes of cereal for $10 because there were 6 boxes. I didn't need to buy the 4 packages of Pop-Tarts because they were on sale. First of all, that's garbage. Second of all, it doesn't last me in my house any longer. They just eat it faster. If there's more of it, they eat it. So really, you kind of want to look at your spending in groceries too, because I've actually cut that in half because I don't shop that way anymore. I don't look at it and say, hey, there's, you know, 4 boxes for $10. I'm going to get 4 boxes of junk cereal, and it's still only going to last me a week. So I'm spending more per week. So I buy what I need at the store. I figured that out. That was one of my fats in my budget. So if you're just getting on, thank you for joining. We're just kind of starting baby steps on how to pay debt off. And the first one is examine your budget. Look at the fat in your budget. Are you overspending? Are you going out to dinner too many times a week? Like I said, sometimes you have to stop, but you don't need to permanently stop. So look at that. Are you spending an extra, let's just say $100 a month on silly things that you don't need? Okay, Starbucks, drive-through dinners, you know, things like that. Stop that. Stop that. Set that money aside. The first thing you need to do is save up an emergency fund. I pretty much call this our oh shit fund. Oh shit, the washer broke. Oh crap, the dryer is on the fritz. $1,000. And it may take some of you longer than others, and it may be a lot quicker process if you're real with yourself. If you look at your budget and realize, I'm overspending. What can I stop doing for a few months to save up $1,000 for my oh crap fund? And believe it or not, it's a lot easier than what some people think. So, okay, you've got your $1,000. So the next thing you do is you look at your debt. Now, I used to think that, oh, pay off the one that's got the highest interest rate. No. Tried that, didn't work. go in order of your lowest to highest payment. Okay, write those down. Like, let's say your credit card payment is $25 a month. You've got some medical expenses. They're $60 a month. You've got a car payment. Now, like I said, some people don't call car debt. I don't want a 6-year car payment. I don't want to pay more for my car than what it depreciates the minute I turn that key. So I kind of want to pay it off a little bit sooner. Not within a year, but a couple of years. And these kind of things, paying things off a little bit ahead of time, will build up your credit. So what you do is you go through, okay, so your first bill is $25, okay? Okay, I'm going to send an extra $10 a month to that. So I'm going to send $35 till that's paid off. Once that's paid off, I can take that $35 from the credit card and add it to my monthly payment, because I'm not making that credit card payment anymore. Add it to that monthly payment of the next one, whether it be medical expenses or whatever. So I'm adding an extra $35. So I'm going to pay that one off sooner. So that $35 plus whatever that medical bill was, $60, you add that to your car payment every month, okay? You may feel like you're strapping yourself down, but if you don't tell your money where to go, it's going to go somewhere else. I literally will sit and write out every week how much the paycheck was, how much is going to go into savings, how much I need to pay the bills. I mean, I divide what I have into 4, so I know what I need all every week. Because if some people think, oh, I only had $200 worth of bills this month or this week, I can go spend the other, $500-$600, and then at the end of the month, when you have a bigger bill, you don't have that money. So after you've got your $1,000 in savings, you're kind of working to pay off your debt. Like I said, some people may take longer than others, but you use that snowball effect. And like I said, if you want a downloadable form of this, email me, MelanieSobocinski@gmail. I will personally write it out, send it to you, and even talk with you as to how I did this. And then the next thing you do is you want 6 months worth of savings. This is my bigger oh shit fund. There's times where my husband has gotten laid off, and this has come in very, very handy. Prior to that, where we were in the debt, I didn't have that, and when we got laid off, we were up a creek. Okay, we really were. It was tough. Back to the $20. It just kept repeating itself. I said, there's something I have to do. So to be honest, Dave Ramsey, look him up. Helped me out a lot. I'm getting to the point now where investing is my next step, and that's after you've done all this stuff. You want your money to work for you. You don't want to just put it in savings accounts, which is where I'm at right now, but I need to learn further than that. So we're just talking baby steps. Like I said, $1,000, then start to work out paying off that debt with the snowball effect, and then start with your 6-month reserve fund. If you were to lose your job today, right now, today, would you be able to make it to the end of the month, to the end of the week, to the end of the day? I know a lot of people who can't, and I was that person, and I changed things. So I want to help people realize that they can change it. I see a lot of young people in the position I was in at that age, and I just want to help them. I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do. It's just advice. It has worked for me. I'm not perfect. I'm not a financial advisor, nothing. So you also want to have smart boundaries with your money. You want to, kind of set up a vacation fund. You want to have fun times. You want to not just live and freak out about your money. So the baby steps are sit there, go through your budget, figure out what you're overspending. Use that overspending money for a couple of months and put it in your $1,000 oh shit fund. That's the dryer, the whatever, it'll cover most basic little expenses of things that go wrong. And they do go wrong, trust me. And sometimes when they go wrong, they all go wrong. So, it happens to all of us. We all live through it. We survive. So I'm just trying to help people get a grip on their debt, because, especially with the holidays coming and the credit card debt, I could show, don't use credit cards at the holidays. Maybe some of you do and pay it right off. I don't trust myself for that. I never have. I can even tell you how I've saved up the money for that. That could be another scope after, the holidays, when everybody, for next year. Okay. It's plan it ahead of time with everything. So you got your $1,000. That's your step one. Your step 2 is to pay off your debt with the snowball effect. You want the snowball effect? Message me. Then after that, you want to start putting money away for a 3 to 6 month, whoops, we don't have a job type thing. You know, oh, my job downsized and now I'm getting nothing. And then you want to learn to invest. And that's one that I'm getting into right now. And after investing, I'm going to work on paying off my house because it's not something I want to pay. What would you do with an extra $800, $900, $1,200, $1,500? Think about what you would do with that. Think just for a second, what would you do with an extra $100 a week or a month? You know, those are things that I thought about because I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck. So that in a nutshell is my baby steps and advice to working down your debt. And thank you all for joining me. I hope I have kind of lightened a bulb in your head to kind of start working that way and getting things paid off. I hope I've been helpful. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a